Hey, and welcome back to the Penny Charmed Life. It's been a while since I've been here, not gonna lie. And I have made a couple of videos over the months, but then I just never ended up actually posting them. So, fingers crossed I get around to posting these ones. I thought it was a good time to come on here and update you with everything. There's been quite a few life changes over the past few months since I last did a video, so I thought this might be a good point to jump back in. I'm still using YNAB all the time, still loving it. Yeah, having that auto import from the bank account to here is working great. And I mean, I was pretty on top of the budget before I joined YNAB, but now I feel like now I have direction, so that's great. Yes, the main life changes. Changed our car, so it was probably kind of end of February. The Golf was becoming too unreliable and putting too much money into it, so we bought a Lexus, not a brand new one. It was about 4.5 years old when we got it, but it's been reliable. I love it. It did mean that we took out a loan to pay for part of it. We had some savings for some of it, and obviously we had some that we could use as part exchange. I could technically have paid all of it out of our savings, but then we would have had no savings, and I wasn't in a place where I was comfortable doing that. So we have a loan. It is, I think, 6.1%, which isn't the best, but not the worst. The monthly repayments are about £328. It's over 5 years. Ultimately, I'd like to pay that off sooner, but at the moment, I don't think we're in a position to do that. So that's just coming out each month. There's also been endless drama with my husband's cars. Like, it's just a money pit, and I have actually just created a new line on the budget called Money Pit Motors Department, for where there's always an unexpected issue that comes up. So yeah, that's still going on. Then I lost both of my cats in June and July. Lost in the sense that they were 18 and they unfortunately died. We had to put them to sleep within 5 weeks of each other, which was pretty hard. Kittens half my life, so yeah, that was difficult. But if there's any positive come out of this, like, they were quite expensive towards the end of their life. Their insurance was like £160 a month. They were on medications. So all of that money is now free to spend on other things. I don't think we're going to get a pet in the near future. I think we're just going to enjoy being pet free for a little while, and just like the spontaneity. You can't really do that with cats that can't go into catteries. So yeah, that's changed. So then now we've only got one line on our budget. It's towards the bottom, called Creature Comforts, and that's just if like I'm buying my friend treats for their animals or feeding the birds or whatever. But all the other purse strings that you used to see, those are now gone, unfortunately. And then the final major update, I guess, is I have been made redundant from my job. So that happened kind of officially about 6 weeks ago. I was there 9 years, so I've had a little bit of a payout, and yeah, and I had they have to pay me notice as well, and I had 3 months or 12 weeks notice, so I feel alright about it. We're in a fortunate position that I don't have to immediately go out and find anything. I am starting to look, and we'll see what happens, but I think based on our savings and the payout and everything, we're going to be alright for a little while. So that's a very fortunate position to be in, to be honest. And my husband still has his job, which brings in about £2,400 a month. And we don't have massive bills, as you know. So yeah, I should be all right. I'll do a little recap of kind of where we're at to by the end of October. What I have been doing as well is at the end of the month, if there's like random pennies left over, I just kind of take each section, with a couple of exceptions, down to like the nearest £5 or the nearest £2.50 or whatever, just so it's like nice and even and round. And then if there's any money left over, it can either go into the wish farm or be assigned out the following month. So yeah, so all of our main bills are accounted for. Home insurance is paid yearly, so that's just £15 a month that I save up, no issues there. Home purchases, yeah, no change there. And maintenance, we do have quite a bit of money built up now in that budget, but I'll keep doing it because you never know when something major is going to come up that needs fixing on the house. And then a little bit for garden expenses for when we get a hedge cut. I think pantry purse is still the same as it was before. Groceries, meal replacements, coffee and household essentials. Obviously now everything that was golf is now Lexus, so you'll see £328.16 is our monthly payments. Tax, which I think is due in February, insurance, and then saving up in case we need new tyres, as well as maintenance. So we do pay like £53 a month for like their maintenance plan, which covers 2 services, 2 MOTs. So it's just had its first service because it did 10,000 miles, and I think there was like an additional £9 to pay on top because I got the wiper blades changed and the aircon regassed or something. So not regassed, they did like a bacterial cleanse or something on it. Anyway, so I do put in an extra £50 on top of that into my maintenance fund, so that if there is something else that comes up, like new brake pads or whatever, then we'll start to cover that. My husband's car, the Blue Motion, which is just absolute money pit at the moment and doesn't seem to work, that's carrying on for now, but I think we are going to end up swapping it or selling it at some point. My husband's bread van, which has been sat on the drive for like a year now, so there is money being built up in these categories, but nothing's being done on it until he's actually got a car that works as his daily driver. Everything else pretty much the same. This was the Beetle Revival Fund, was the classic car fund. There's nothing in it, nothing's being done on the Beetle again, while he has endless issues with his own car that he uses on a daily basis. And then, yep, fuel. So my husband gets reimbursed for part of his fuel that he uses for work. So generally I try and put £150 of our money in, and then whatever he gets reimbursed. So we didn't get reimbursed anything at the end of this month, so next month there won't be anything in there. But also for the past couple of months I haven't been putting any extra money in the fuel pot. I've just been putting in what's been reimbursed, because you'll see we've got £335 in there at the moment, which I think is fine, and I don't need to add anything additional to that. TLC, everything's pretty much the same there. We are wildly overspending on our closed budget at the moment. I need to pull that right back. All of our flipping subscriptions, which I do need to like try and rein in a little bit, but here we are. Nothing much. I might cancel Whiskey Me, or at least delay it for a little bit. Yeah, presents, gifting, yeah, no issues there. Again, we've wildly overspent on dining out this month, and just being here, there and everywhere. And my husband's got £1.94 pocket money left to last him to the end of the year, so that is 100% not gonna happen. So we'll see if there's any money left over in November that we can move over. Travel insurance, visiting family, so that was I think £100 a month. I've put that down to £50 a month because one side of the family has moved back close to us, so we only need to spend on my side of the family now to go and visit them up in Scotland. And then I'm putting £100 a month on spending, though obviously with redundancy we will see what needs to be done. And I'm going to New York in May with my sister, so I'm setting aside money for that. It's my treat. I'm paying for the flights and the accommodation. So yeah, just making sure we've got enough for that. And then we've got our standard miscellaneous categories. What I have added is this gift card reimbursements. So with leaving my role, I got given a gift card. What I've done is that gift cards ended up being spent on kind of joint family things. So I've taken that money that would have been spent out of the category, for example, if it was food, and then moved it into there. So that £87 and a penny is technically my money to spend on whatever I want. So I'm thinking maybe a spa day, but we will see. It's just sat there for now. I thought that was kind of the easiest way of doing it, rather than adding it to my own category, which is then going to skew how much I've had pocket money wise and all that jazz. So yeah, that's how I've done it. And then the long game, so future car fund, I'm just adding £100 at the moment. I think the long-term plan would be, once the loan is paid off, to then add that £300 into here. So I'd be saving at least £400 a month into a future car fund, so that when it is time to replace my major car, we shouldn't have to take out a loan, or at least as big of a loan. And then £100 a month going into our appliances and electronic devices. And yeah, there's this new money pit motors department for my husband's inevitable car crises. I need to figure out what to add in there. Our income replacements, that's 3 months of my salary, or was my salary, is in there. Next month's income, so this is all my redundancy money plus like 2 months salary and my husband's salary. So I have a bumper month of figuring out what I'm going to do with this. And then insurance excess. See it, Ibiza, don't even get me started on that. Another of my husband's mad things. And then a wish farm of picture reframing, where I seem to fill it up and then I just take the money out of the category and put it on something else. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you an update on that. I think I'm probably going to do another video which does my November fill my budget, YNAB with me, see how I assign my £16,500 bumper money addition. Yeah, I'm sorry that this has taken so long. It's been a year, I'll be honest, and I'm looking forward to being over, but we will see. Anyway, if you have watched this far, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.